Yo! What's up, beautiful people? We back. We got Andrew back, our MMA analyst, our UFC guy. Yeah, we got a lot of UFC talk today. That's,
big
basically,
fights, man.
Basically
Crazy
all
card.
we're going to cover. We got Usman, Masvidal, Shivchenko, and Andrade, and
Weidman versus Rose.
How could I almost forgot the biggest. That's the biggest fight, man.
Those are the three title fights.
3 title fights,
and then 2 good fights before the title
I was gonna
fights.
say those are also good ass fights on that card too. Uriah versus Weidman. How you say it, Jimmy
Crute versus Anthony Smith. So
that's the first fight. Let's start that shit off right quick. Man, Anthony Smith.
Look,
go ahead.
Gotta respect Lionheart. I got a lot of respect for him. He's a veteran. He's obviously fought against John Jones, put up a good fight, but he's just been looked like he's on a decline. It looks like he's slowing down. And Jimmy Crute's had 2 first-round finishes, and I don't know, man. He's a young buck, up and coming. Looks good.
That's the thing too. This guy Jimmy, he been winning. How many fights? For like all the first rounds and shit.
He's got 1 loss in the UFC. I think he's like 4-1 or something like that. But none of his 3-1 or 4-1. But none of his fights have gone the distance in the UFC.
No, they're all first round finishes. Yeah, 1 by submission, 1 by KO. But he's a really good striker. He's extremely explosive. I just think he's a threat to Lionheart, who seems to just be on the decline and slowing down. And
he's only 32. And he's like, but I agree with you. And with the fact that he's slowing down, it looks like he is at least,
Oh, yeah, because last fight, he didn't really look impressive at all, bro. He was getting dominated the whole fight. So, let's see. That's who I got. I got Jimmy, man. I feel like he's going to finish him.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie. Probably TKO.
Yeah,
so
I think I got Jimmy, too. I think I'm going to go with Jimmy.
Just looking at it, none of his fights have gone the distance yet, so why would you bet on a decision victory for either,
100%.
Anything can happen, but I got TKO or some shit.
Yeah, I think I got Jimmy TKO.
So yeah, like I said, he's in the UFC officially he's 4-1. He's his one loss was to Misha Shirkinov. He's pretty good. I think he's in the rankings right now.
I think so.
But yeah, you guys want to move on to
Uriah Weidman.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Old men.
Uriah Hall, man. I'm telling y'all right now, Uriah Hall. I could be wrong, but look out for that name.
It's good to mention that Weidman and Hall have fought before, and Weidman did win. However, this was a long time ago, and since then Weidman has had his rise and very clearly his fall. And right now,
it wasn't in the UFC.
No,
right?
It wasn't. It was right before both of them had made it to the UFC. So it's an interesting situation for both. I think Uriah Hall has kept his youth, kept his explosiveness in old age, and I think Weidman lost it.
Yeah. You see, like, even looking at Uriah Hall's knockouts from the past couple of years, his fights in general, he's still got, like, explosive, like, back kicks and, like, spinning kicks, and he still could go out there and show his, like, fighting style, where you see, like, Weidman, he's lost speed, without a doubt. He's not as explosive as he used to be.
Yeah, he's slow.
He's, so, like, I think the smart bet would be to go with Hall. I agree with you guys. Just based off performance the past couple of years.
100%.
Oh yeah, man.
I think Hall just stayed explosive. I think Weidman was a great wrestler when the wrestling wasn't really prominent in UFC. Now that wrestling's more widely used, more widely practiced in the UFC, Weidman hasn't really had much success because people are just better wrestlers. He's older, and like I said, Uriah Hall just seems to have kept that explosiveness, that pop, and that power in that old age. So
what's crazy too, they're both the same age too.
There you go.
They're like, oh fuck, they're definitely in their 30s.
Yeah,
but they're both the same age though.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. I got Uriah Hall. He looks more explosive, like what Andrew.
Looks fresher.
Shit. They're both 36.
Wow.
Damn, both 36.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Uriah Hall's plus 100, which is like shocking.
Yeah, that is shocking.
Yeah.
That's
minus 125 for Weidman.
Just don't expect Weidman to be
favorite.
the favorite in striking in that one. I don't know how that's even a thing. I just don't see Weidman taking down Uriah Hall, to be honest. I think Uriah Hall overwhelms him with striking. Truthfully, man.
So we gonna see with that shit.
Both have beat Anderson Silva, which is pretty interesting to note. Weidman's got the better record, but like
Weidman's 15-5.
Weidman beat a prime Silva. Hall beat an old Silva. Yeah. But Weidman won on, like, Silva was just goofing around, trying to act like he was the best, and then he got caught slipping. Hall beat an old Silva, so I guess they both have some compromise in there. But nonetheless, they still both beat Silva. You know.
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, shit, we gonna see what's up with that one. That one's gonna be a good one.
The next fight.
Let's get to the championship fights, man.
Oh, man.
First title fight on that card.
What was it? Shivchenko, right?
Shivchenko versus Andranch, man. Tough one.
Shivchenko's
Tough
a
one.
big favorite, -455. I
Yeah.
mean, like, if you want to bet on that shit, I suggest you bet on, like, Shivchenko's decision or Shivchenko's, like, TKO and
Yeah.
shit.
I
Just make some
agree.
money off that shit or
I
something.
agree, you know, because, like we say, we think Shevchenko is going to beat down Andrade, but it's going to be throughout the 5 rounds. She's going to win, like, 50-45 decision,
For
in
sure.
my eyes.
I see that too. I think that Shevchenko is just going to have her way. I don't think she's going to try and be too trade too often. I don't think she's going to be in the pocket. I think she's just going to score her points and win that fight decisively through a 5-round decision. Now, Andrade does carry a lot of power. She is going down in weight to fight, so it is an interesting situation there. She might have that power, but I think it's going to drain her, and I just think Shevchenko's going to be way too much volume, way too much movement for her.
Yeah, for sure. So we gonna see.
She's like you said earlier, man, she's a technician, Valentina is. She's, like, if it wasn't for Amanda Nunes, she'd definitely be, like, the women's sports athlete, the face of,
Of course.
women's UFC fighting, you know.
She's
like,
up there. I mean,
That's-
besides the Nunes thing, I think she's second GOAT, hands down. Like, no
Yeah.
questions asked. She's
of all time. I agree, because, like, she's won 6 straight fights, you know. You can guess who she lost last to, Nunes.
Yep.
So,
They both raw, man.
It's a good fight, but I think Shevchenko's going to take that win. Just decision. She's going to go the distance. I think it's just a schooling, to be honest.
Hell yeah. Let's move on to Usman and Masvidal.
oh no, we got Weili.
We got a few
Oh,
fights, buddy. Hold on.
Shit. I'm
You know?
hot.
Yeah, Weili.
Excuse me, guys.
Wei
We're
Li
gonna
versus
fry.
Rose Namajunas, guys.
I'm sorry,
Can't forget
I'm
that
sorry.
fight. Can't forget that fight.
I capped on that one.
Man,
Man.
Let's
that's
talk about that one.
I'm excited as hell for that one. That's gonna be, like, I could see it being like skipping me.
Oh, yeah. All hype aside, I'm more excited for this fight than the main event, to be honest with you.
This one's gonna be a war.
This one's going to be a war, I think.
They
I
gonna,
do.
They gonna go at it for sure. Cause like, man, Weili, she good as hell striking. Rose is good as hell striking. Rose got power.
Yeah.
I
Wei
mean,
Li just
shit.
got the technique, and she has an extremely strong, what is it called? The clinch. She has an extremely strong clinch. That's how she knocked out and won for the title. She basically clinched extremely fast. She landed a good punch, but then she clinched and absolutely obliterated Andrade. So I think Rose absolutely needs to stay at distance and try and land those punches from as far as possible, because if it gets in close, we know that that's almost her weakness.
But,
So-
Yeah.
but what we gotta look at is, like, MMA math.
Of course.
Joanna almost beat Weili.
Wei Li and Rose beat her once.
But beat her twice.
Beat her once in decision and then knocked her out
Yeah.
the second time. So you're right. You got to look at, and I mean, MMA math doesn't always play out, but
It
that is,
rarely ever does, really.
but it's a good points to look at. That Wei Li went the distance and almost lost the belt to Joanna, and Rose beat her twice. So it's things to look at. But
sure.
then you look at it like, you know, Andrade knocked out Rose, and then Rose beat her in the rematch, but Wei Li finished Andrade in 30 seconds,
Right.
42 seconds or whatever, and that's...
And Rose talking about probably taking some takedowns on her and shit the whole time.
Which would be interesting, though, because we've never really seen Wei Li on the ground. So
Right.
it is an interesting thing, but I think a champion of that level doesn't slack on the ground. I think she's hiding some tricks up her sleeve as well.
You know, and we've never seen it take down defenses 100%
Exactly.
in a career, you know.
Exactly. Great point, because
Like,
we don't know.
because-
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's kind of like Usman, you know, like Usman, I feel like, has a super high takedown defense, if not 100%
He
as
does.
well.
Yeah, this is extremely high up there. No one, I mean, who's going to go after him on the ground, you know? Like, he goes after you, so it's like, who's going to take down Khabib almost, you know?
Yeah.
It's not a thing that happens.
Yeah, Weili's dominant. Weili, but she's beatable in my eyes too. You know, like
She is.
She is.
beatable.
Yeah.
Joanna made it clear she's beatable.
Joanna made it super clear.
That was a close fight she had last time. Even though she damn near was getting into, but it could have go either way. In my eyes too for the last fight. So we're gonna see about that one. Shit though. What, the Usman?
Usman Masvidal, baby. Woo, shit.
Who y'all got, man?
Man, that's a tough one for me. Not tough because I think it's clear the safe bet is Usman. Usman is already won once. He's already has the keys to victory. He has more tools, in my opinion, that are dominant in that fight. Masvidal, however, proved in the last fight he stuffed 11 takedowns, which has never been done to Usman before. And in the exchanges, he did get the better of the exchanges. It's just Usman had a good game plan. He kept him in the clinch, kept him against the cage, and just won that fight. If Masvidal can push off that cage more often, try and force those exchanges, I think Masvidal can have a possible chance at a knockout, but again, it's still slim. I think your safe bet is Usman. Masvidal could be a wild card knockout, but his only victory is knockout, not decision.
Yeah.
Usman can knock him out maybe, and also almost certainly win a decision.
Yeah, and I agree. If Usman's gonna take it, I think Usman's gonna take it to decision this time. I think Usman still wins, but I do think Masvidal wins a couple rounds because I could see like a knockdown coming for Usman, you know, like or for Masvidal on Usman, you know.
I see that too. Honestly, I feel like Masvidal might hurt Usman, but the only reason I think that Usman can still win is because, honestly, if you look at all the Usman fights, and me and Sway talk about this all the time, Usman gets hurt almost every fight, but weathers the storm and comes back to win dominantly.
Yeah, that's
so. But Masvidal has also been in positions where he's gotten dropped and came back to knock out his opponent. So it's really just another interesting. And it's funny because we saw this fight play out once already, and it's just as interesting the second time around.
That's who I got. I got Usman. I had him the first time. I'm going to take him the second time. He's a big favorite, minus 400 some shit. But I think, like, something's going to happen that we're not going to expect.
I think so, too.
You know what I'm saying? Or maybe Usman TKO. Maybe a knockout.
Maybe
we fucking know. Submission.
You know?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Who knows?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at right now. I don't think it's going to go to decision this time. It can. But no, I got Usman probably TKO. Fuck it.
I got Usman winning, but like the fight's gonna go completely like different than it did the first time.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Like it's gonna be like a more active fight in the middle of the ring. I think too. I think Usman might be able to display that his striking is up there too. You know, like this fight, so he might prove.
Well, Usman has that jab. Yeah. That jab is probably one of the nicest jabs in MMA. Like, he has a beautiful jab. Now, I think overall package striking, Masvidal is always going to take the cake. But that jab is nasty. And I agree. Usman trains trainers. He's with Trevor Whitman now, who's Gaethje's trainer, and they've been working on nothing but striking. And if you look at the last fight, that striking was looking pretty damn lethal. Yeah. So I think it's going to be really interesting. I think the safe bet, and I think I'm going to go with Usman. But I wouldn't be surprised if Masvidal somehow pulled a knockout out of nowhere. I mean, the guy's trying to leave it all in the ring, and when guys like that fight, anything can happen.
Don't get me wrong, the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? The person could knock out Masvidal. I mean, the person knock out Usman is Masvidal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Burns was close last time.
If anyone's going to do it,
it's Masvidal.
That's right.
But let's see. I still got Usman, though.
That chin of Usman is just...
It is. That's the thing, too. Usman got a nice, man.
Well, I don't know if it's so much the chin. It's the way he can recover from it. Because he's gotten rocked. But the fact that he stays and then wins, it's something else. Like, that's a champion's heart. That's a champion's mentality, will, all of that. So I can't deny him. I think Usman's going to take it again.
All right, so quick, let's run through our picks from the get-go. Let's go Smith, Crute.
I think Crute's going to take it.
I got Crute as well, but I think it's a 5-round fight. I think it's no. I meant to say I think it's gonna be not a decision because none of Crute's have gotten to decision yet.
Yep.
Hall or Weidman?
Hall.
It's gonna be. I'm surprised the odds are what they are.
Yeah, I was shocked. So I'm like, fuck it.
And then we got Valentina, of course.
Shivchenko, yeah, I got Shivchenko.
And
Shivchenko for sure.
And then I got Whaley.
I got Whaley too. I'm gonna go Rose. I'm gonna go Rose on you guys.
All right.
I think Rose is gonna come back and prove that this was her division to begin with, and I think she's gonna be dominant. I think she might even. I don't know. I want to say KO, but I think these might go the distance. I'm gonna pull out a wild one on all you guys and say that the 3 championship fights go the distance. That's what I'm feeling. But
I'm thinking the opposite, but we gonna see about that.
We'll see.
You think all KOs?
I think all KOs for all championships.
Okay.
Or submission or whatever the fuck. But yeah, Masvidal and Usman. Yeah, we made it clear we all got Usman. So.
But like Sway said, if it was KOs though, I would throw the wild card in and say Masvidal with the KO. In my opinion, I'm just saying it's a little wild, but
keep that in mind.
You never know. MMA.
Peace, y'all.
Take it easy.
Appreciate it. Stay
All right,
tuned.
my people. Smoke.